Right now this morning, a power struggle in the Minnesota House lands in the state Supreme Court. At issue, what makes a quorum? We'll break that down coming up. And we're in the peak of respiratory virus season. When should you worry about your child's symptoms? A Winona doctor stops by to share what parents need to know on Mindful Monday.
Plus, mild and breezy conditions picking up to windy as we finish out the afternoon, and light snow possibilities. We'll talk about that in just a moment.
This is News 8 Now this morning.
Good morning, I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Art Jarrett.
It is Monday, January 27th. It's a very Monday. We got to warn the people who may still be in bed, right? Heading out into the wild this morning, it's a pretty Monday.
Yeah, and it feels a little bit colder on your skin right now, but we'll pick that up. Temperatures already in the 20s, but it feels like we're in the teens. Once we get into the latter portion of the afternoon or the morning hours, it'll start to feel a little bit better on your skin. So the kids will be a little bit cold to start going to school this morning. Hey, we do have mild conditions today, about 40 degrees possible, maybe 41, getting up to 43 for tomorrow. Light snow possibilities coming into the afternoon. It is very light. It's only about a 20% chance. We'll also see tomorrow we have that coming in as we go right into the morning hours and into the afternoon. Most of that stays up along I-94 and works its way along the northern tier of the state. We'll also pick up here, as you can see today, the snow is already trying to get down to the ground here. Slowly but surely, the clouds will also steadily increase, getting to cloudy conditions first up to the north by areas by Eau Claire, then by the south. We'll eventually get into cloudier conditions as we finish out the afternoon. Holding on to temperatures in Eau Claire right now, this is what it feels like on your skin, 8 degrees. And of course, La Crosse feels like it's 7 degrees. Current temperatures, it feels like at least 20 in La Crosse right now. And I should say the current temperature in Eau Claire is 20. So you see that the wind chill is out there. When I come back, I'll have a better overview of how this all shakes out for your day. So please stick around. I've got more to come.
Thank you, Art. This morning, an apparent pause in the public spat between President Trump and the president of Colombia over migrant deportations, the overnight agreement halting a trade war between the two countries. Meanwhile, today, Trump is turning focus to his domestic agenda, attending the House GOP retreat at his club in Florida. CBS's Jared Hill has more.
President Donald Trump, back in Florida for the first time since moving back into the White House, is preparing to host Republican House members for meetings at his Doral resort today. The focus, domestic policy, as an international showdown seems to have cooled. Overnight, the White House said the U.S. and Colombia had reached a trade war-ending agreement over deportations. Over the weekend, Colombia's President Gustavo Petro refused to accept U.S. military deportation flights, saying the U.S. cannot treat Colombian migrants as criminals. President Trump threatened a travel ban on top Colombian officials and 25% tariffs on Colombian exports, which would have doubled after a week. Petro initially stood his ground, announcing his own tariffs on U.S. goods, writing, "Your blockade does not scare me." But last night, the White House said Colombia's government has agreed to all of President Trump's terms, including the unrestricted acceptance of undocumented migrants from the U.S. without limitation or delay. This as the Trump administration ramps up deportations nationwide.
We are going to enforce immigration law. We're going to protect the American people.
Vice President J.D. Vance defended Trump's efforts on CBS News Face the Nation, including the president's executive action allowing agents to make arrests in churches and schools.
I desperately hope it has a chilling effect on illegal immigrants coming into our country.
According to ICE, hundreds of migrants have been arrested over the past few days, including nearly 1,000 on Sunday alone.
Colombian officials say they'll hold high-level meetings in Washington aimed at protecting their citizens' rights while maintaining diplomatic relations with the U.S. President Trump may see his cabinet increase by 2 this week. 2 key cabinet votes are set. Treasury nominee Scott Bessent this evening and transportation pick Sean Duffy tomorrow. Both nominations are expected to receive bipartisan support. And a solemn ceremony expected to take place in Auschwitz, Poland today. Delegations from around the world marking the 80th anniversary of the liberation of the Nazi concentration camp. Soldiers liberated about 7,000 prisoners still being held there. The Nazis murdered more than 1 million people in Auschwitz. The Trump administration is sending a delegation to today's ceremony. And Eau Claire police are investigating a deadly shooting on Western Avenue. Officers responded to a 911 call early Saturday morning around 2 a.m. The victim died at the scene despite life-saving efforts. Police have 1 person in custody and say there's no ongoing threat to the public. A St. Paul man will serve 16 years in prison for hiding 4 bodies in a Dunn County cornfield. Darren Osborne received 4 years for each victim in the 2021 case. Prosecutors say his son committed the St. Paul murders, then asked Osborne to help conceal the bodies. The son is now serving a 103-year sentence. Osborne's time will run alongside an existing Minnesota sentence. 2 separate fires kept Sparta crews busy early yesterday morning. A neighbor reported explosions and flames at this home on Cardinal Road. Fire crews found the house, garage, and several vehicles burning. Nobody was home. Crews also battled a garage fire near State Highway 71. The residents escaped safely. The garage was damaged with minor damage to the home. Both fires are still under investigation. 2 teens are seriously injured after a rollover crash in Harmony. Police say the vehicle left the road and rolled Saturday night, ejecting a 19-year-old man and a 17-year-old female. Both were rushed to Gunderson Hospital in La Crosse. If you have a student at UW-Madison, be on alert for a new phone scam. Officials say fake police officers are calling parents claiming their student needs bail money. The scammers use real UW PD officers' names and demand payment through digital apps. Campus police say they'll never ask for money over the phone. If you receive these calls, just hang up. Recovery finding a new path on Lake Onalaska. The Cooley Recovery Center brought clients ice fishing together. The program, part of its outdoor recovery project, helps people battling addiction find healing through the great outdoors.
We focus individuals in recovery going out and doing positive and encouraging things outdoor.
The next outdoor recovery project gathering will be at La Crosse High's Roller Skating Center in February. A local representative is looking into how the federal government can better support services for families and children. Congressman Derek Van Orden toured the Family and Children's Center in La Crosse this weekend, speaking with staff about how Congress can help their efforts.
The things that they're doing here are incredibly impactful. We have a mental health crisis with children, and with our adults we have substance abuse issues, and they're taking care of this at the grassroots level. And this is the model that's going to change the trajectory of our country and get us back on track.
He also said he's working to get the federal farm bill passed. A power dispute at the Minnesota State House is now in the hands of the Minnesota Supreme Court. Caroline Cummings reports on the issues at play and the impact it could have on the rest of the session.
The House will come to order.
Is the House truly in order? Republicans say yes, but Democrats say no.
All rise.
Now it's up to the state Supreme Court to decide.
Good afternoon. Please be seated.
At the center of the power dispute is the issue of quorum, or the minimum number of lawmakers present in the chamber to do anything according to the state constitution. The DFL has been boycotting the session to keep Republicans with their 1-seat advantage from meeting that threshold. They say the magic number is 68, a majority of the 134-member chamber. But the GOP believes due to an unfilled seat right now, it's actually 67, and they organized the House without Democrats there.
I think it's been suggested here that there are reasonable interpretations on both sides.
Attorneys for both parties pled their case to justices in arguments that lasted more than an hour. Democrats want the high court to agree with their interpretation and void everything the House has done so far.
The quorum is based upon the constitutionally and statutorily prescribed number of members, not the members that have been elected, not those who are seated, not those who are sworn in.
Meanwhile, Republicans say the court shouldn't weigh in on the issue at all.
The judicial power includes reviewing the validity of statutes. It does not include reviewing the legislature's organization of itself or the legislature's leadership choices.
Justices grilled the attorneys about their arguments, asking them to defend their position. All eyes are on the court's decision, which could put lawmakers on a path to ending the stalemate in the chamber that's now lasted more than a week.
What we have is a co-equal branch of government that is completely dysfunctional, that is not doing the will and the work of the people of Minnesota.
The court did not say when it would issue a ruling, but it is expected soon due to the unique circumstances. The legislature must pass a 2-year budget before the session ends. The time now is 6:08. Still ahead on your morning news. Tax season now officially underway. We'll give you the details. Costco rejects an anti-DEI proposal, and existing home sales fall to their lowest level in nearly 3 decades. And new smartphones are hitting the market and promising more artificial intelligence. But do consumers want that? Coming up, we'll take a look. For now, we'll send you to break with something to put the good in your morning. New York's finest canine Tessa heading into retirement with a bang. The bomb-sniffing dog proves she still has the skills, acing her final detection test. And her reward, you see here, a shower of tennis balls from cheering officers. She's one of 4 canines retiring from the NYPD's counterterrorism unit after years of keeping the city safe. And as you start to wake up this morning, leaving you with a quick wake-up call in the city that is home to the museum with the world's largest collection of dog art. That is St. Louis, Missouri. Interesting. Stay with us. Your morning consumer news is coming up.
When I'm out in public and people ask me, like, how's the car business and how's Dahl to work for? And I'm a proud team member of Dahl Automotive, been here 29 years, and I send all my friends and family here, so obviously I know that they're going to be taken care of. And that's why I love working at Dahl Automotive.
Your job title shouldn't define you, but in the job I'm running for, it should. I'm Brad Schimmel, and justice is my life's work. Helping Wisconsin's most vulnerable, stopping elder abuse, taking on human traffickers, putting pedophiles behind bars, and leading the Sexual Assault Kit Initiative, clearing 4,000 backlogged tests so survivors could finally get justice. For me, it's not a title. It's my mission statement.
Your home, a place of comfort and safety, could be trying to tell you something. Interior cracks, sloping floors, hard to open doors and windows are all signals of foundation failure that you can't ignore. Choose American Waterworks.
Around here, neighbors come together to make each other better. We're taking the same approach with healthcare. Gunderson Health System and Bellin Health have come together to form Amplify Health, giving you more of what's important in healthcare. More caring, more listening, more to feel good about on your way to feeling better. Overall, just a little more heart. Amplify Health by Gunderson. A little empathy changes everything.
Taco John's just married a taco with a quesadilla. Well, they're more like grilled all-white meat chicken and creamy fiesta sauce with melty, cheesy benefits. But OM Cheese, they're good together. The new OM Cheese Quesadilla Taco at Taco John's.
Out with the olds and in with the new at Wesco in Sparta. Grab amazing deals with discounts up to 50% off. Floor models, overstacks, and slightly blemished items must go. So incredible, even I can't believe the savings. Our team is ready to help you find the perfect piece for your home. Hurry, these deals won't last long. Head to Wesco and Sparta. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. And remember to tell them Peyton sent you.
Jolivet Family Farms, known for farm fresh fruit and vegetables, but featuring so much more. Come see all that we have. Homemade bakery, large selection of locally produced honey, gourmet popcorn, craft beer, wine, and cheese, meat and seafood, arts and crafts, and so much more. There is no substitute for homegrown freshness. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
My reputation is that people know I'm here for them, but I'm not going to guide them to the car that's going to make me the most money. I'm going to guide them to the car that best meets their needs, and they know I'm going to be fair with them. And that's why you should shop at Automotive.
Well, welcome back as we get into your local forecast. Windy conditions up to 45 miles per hour. This will continue to get stronger as it gets closer to Lake Michigan as well, so that's going to affect a lot of people going to our east. We also have light snow chances coming into the afternoon, and we'll also see more snow coming back again for Tuesday with breezy conditions and, of course, the gusty winds. We'll also see that snow coming in possibly in the morning and into the afternoon. So that's what's going on for the next few days. You can see this continuing to stretch, kind of brushing the northern tier of the state right now. We'll see that continue to track a little bit lower to the south eventually as the morning progresses and the afternoon progresses. We'll get into it. Feels like temperatures, as you can see, it feels like 8 degrees out there for Eau Claire. La Crosse feels like 7. Right now, current temperatures are in the 20 degree spot right now. You're looking at Eau Claire about 20 degrees, La Crosse at 20 degrees as well. Areas on the other side of the lake by Preston and Decorah, they're looking at 18, and over by Prairie du Chien, right on the cusp of that, they're looking at least 19. Holding on to the gusts, though, these wind gusts will continue to pick up as we go through the morning hours, and you can see that right there. And then eventually by the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock hour, these winds really pick up, getting up to near 40 miles per hour to finish out the afternoon, going into evening commute, but tapering at least by between 7 and 8 o'clock later on tonight. Eau Claire, as we get into the 5 o'clock hour, you can see the winds are kind of breaking down there. Those are sustained winds, by the way, but you'll also see La Crosse holding on to at least partly cloudy skies for the better part of the rest of the evening hours as well. How about this, though? The wind chill, well, it does feel a little bit colder on your skin out there right now, and by the time we get into the noon hour, it will all start to get back to near normal for our local temperatures. When I come back, I'll have an overview of how this all shakes out for our local temperatures, as well as the snow that's on the way. Stick around.
In your consumer news, tax season now officially underway. The IRS will start accepting returns today. The deadline to file is April 15th. The agency's direct file program will also be open in 25 states. That allows eligible tax filers to file their taxes directly with the IRS for free. And Costco shareholders overwhelmingly rejecting a proposal to review the company's diversity programs. 98% voted against the conservative think tank's request to investigate DEI initiatives. Costco's leadership defended their policies as vital for employee inclusion. The vote follows President Trump's recent order to end federal DEI programs. Existing home sales fell last year to their lowest level in nearly 30 years. The National Association of Realtors said sales of previously owned homes, which make up most of the market, totaled just over 4 million in 2024. That is the lowest level since 1995. Sky-high home prices and elevated mortgage rates are to blame. The median price of an existing home reached a record high of $407,500. Cell phones do much more than make calls, and some have become our camera, music device, television, and navigation system. Now tech companies are trying to make the smartphone smarter than ever. Danya Backus explains.
Samsung is out with a new smartphone, and artificial intelligence is at the center of it.
We are setting the standard for mobile AI innovation.
The Galaxy S25 comes with Google's Gemini technology, which can help with questions or offer dinner ideas just by taking a look at what's in your refrigerator.
Can you recommend me some recipes with these?
Sure, here are some recipe ideas based on what I found in your fridge.
Gemini is also available on Google Pixel phones and allows users to carry on a conversation.
Can you explain organic chemistry as if it were some juicy gossip?
Organic chemistry is all about carbon's relationships, who it's bonding with, who it's breaking up with, and what kind of crazy molecules they're forming.
Apple is also making the phone more of a personal assistant. Apple Intelligence can transform a short note into a formal invitation and create custom emojis based on your description. But apparently, the new technology has yet to impress consumers. A survey last month from the smartphone marketplace CellCell found that 73% of iPhone users and 87% of Samsung users say AI features add little to no value. However, analysts believe that will change as the tech improves.
There's been a lot of hype around AI and some of the things theoretically it could do, but I feel like today we started to get a hint at some stuff that, regular people are going to want to use and that will be truly impactful.
Experts add that smartphone companies are spending billions on artificial intelligence, so you can expect more new AI features in the future.
That's a look at your consumer news. We'll check over now with News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett. He has a look at our forecast.
All right, Alexandra, today not much happening except for mild conditions, windy conditions, and then we'll also see light snow in the forecast today. That's pretty much it, and we'll do it all again tomorrow as well. Let's take a look at what we've got going on for you. There's the snow kind of working its way down on the northern tier of the state right now, trying to get a little bit lower to the ground. As we get closer to the afternoon, we could see some of that snow kind of reaching us. We get into Tuesday, we've got this, they call it a backslider here, or it should say an inside slider that's going to move a little bit of snow into the forecast, but most of it's going to stay along north of I-94 and keep it well up there. We could see a dusting here locally, possibly a little bit less as you get closer to Prairie du Chien. That being said, La Crosse for the kids going to school today, 22 degrees for you. It's a mild morning somewhat, but it is a little bit colder on your skin, just to let you know, by at least 10 degrees in some cases. That mild morning gives way to the afternoon to have a mild afternoon with temperatures around 41 degrees, and of course sunny skies on the way possible for you, possibly cloudy as we finish out the remainder of the day. We'll also see some clearing skies right now for Eau Claire getting into the early morning. 22 degrees there, light snow possibility, most of it to the north. But once you get into increasing clouds later on in the day, well, that snow is more of a greater possibility. We'll hold on to the breezy and gusty winds, as I mentioned before, through the afternoon. And as they continue right through the evening commute, you're going to see it slowly but surely it's beginning to taper from the northwest, working its way across the area as we get into the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock hour, and those winds will subside. We'll take it into the day, though, for your highs, about 30 degrees to about maybe 42 degrees today. You're looking at least mostly cloudy skies to at least some partly cloudy skies to finish out the day. We'll hold on to at least through the 7 a.m. hour, holding on to conditions to be nice. By the time we get in the noon hour, snow works its way into the forecast. It tries to get down to the south, but it looks like it's going to break apart before it hits La Crosse. Stays around Eau Claire and areas by Marshfield, and then it's up and out and done. But we may have another batch coming in for the latter portion of the evening commute. It kind of brushes Ladysmith to Eau Claire, and by the time we finish out the commute, it's pretty much done and out of the area. Okay, so that's what's happening for today. Tomorrow, as we get into 6 a.m. in the morning, you've got snow mostly staying up well to the north there. So it's going from Ladysmith to Wausau, and that's going to go over to Green Bay eventually as well, bringing more snow for them. Other than that, though, we may see the possibility of drier conditions coming in by the 3 o'clock hour. But then once we get the 7 o'clock hour to finish the commute by Eau Claire, maybe a few flurries popping into the area, possibly trying to get to the ground here for us locally, and that's how it's all going to shake out. So we go into the Tuesday forecast. As you can see, all that snow up there as well. So we're going for 2 days of snow. It's looking at maybe an inch or less, well up to the north for us here, less than a half an inch or maybe even just a dusting. We'll get into the highs for tomorrow, where you're seeing temperatures from 38 to about 49 degrees. And as we finish out the next few days, away we go. Temperatures in the mild and continuing to stay mild, but down to 37 degrees. Then they bump up to 51 degrees. Drier conditions going through at least Friday, with more snow chances coming in for Saturday going into Sunday. Both days are a 30% chance. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. Coming up, how a college lab is changing lives with $50 prosthetics. The program helping kids like 9-year-old Rue get back in the game. Next.
Coming up in sports, the Wisconsin Badgers return to Madison, and we're looking to put on a show for the hometown fans. Plus, Championship Sunday in the NFL. See who's making it to the Super Bowl. That coming up in the Morning Blitz.
Brad Schimmel. He wants to bring back the 1849 law that bans all abortions, with no exceptions for rape or incest. Schimmel gave plea deals to child molesters, let domestic abusers walk with no jail time. And he's the one who let 6,000 rape kits sit untested for 2 years, while survivors waited for justice. That's Brad Schimmel. Too extreme for the Wisconsin Supreme Court.
Everybody likes something for nothing. Now at Home Furniture, when you spend $4.99 or more for something, like this dining set, you'll pay nothing down, nothing for interest, nothing for sales tax, and pay nothing for shipping. Shop your favorite furniture and mattresses and get them with nothing down, nothing for interest, nothing for sales tax, and nothing for shipping. Now that's something. The Something for Nothing sale, going on now at Home Furniture.
Join News 8 now for the 102nd Annual Westby Ski Jump, January 31st and February 1st. Athletes from all over the world compete at speeds exceeding 50 miles per hour on the Olympic-sized ski hill. Visit snowflakeskiClub.com to buy a button today.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us. Hi, what can I make fresh for you today? It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients, like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us. It's our pleasure. Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious!
I didn't know it, but my leg and back pain was coming from my feet. Then my personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store got me back in the picture.
Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm back to the best version of myself.
Get back in the picture. The Good Feet store. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
With winter here, our job hasn't changed. The First Warn Weather Team is always ready to keep you safe and ahead of winter's worst. And you can always get us no matter where you are.
keeping you safe. First Warn Weather on News 8 Now. The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time.
Welcome to the Morning Blitz. The Wisconsin Badgers returned to the Kohl Center yesterday afternoon after their 7-game win streak was snapped last week in a close one when they lost on the road to UCLA. Despite the loss, the Badgers have been playing some excellent ball and look to keep it going as they welcomed in Nebraska. Let's go there. First half action, still tied at zeros, but they find John Tonje in the corner. He knocks down the 3 ball. Badgers in front. Very next possession, John Blackwell coming down the court. They leave him open, and he makes them pay. Another 3 and a quick 6-point lead, and they would keep it rolling. Now 16-2, they find Nick Winters open for 3. How about another one? Wisconsin up 17 just 5 minutes in. Nebraska would claw back into this one, but how about the defense? Jack Janicki getting the steal, going all the way and throws it down. Badgers up 6. And they would roll in the second half, passing it around inside to Carter Gilmore. Reverse layup plus the foul. Then Tonje running up the court, passes it off, but gets it right back and throws it down. This one was all Wisconsin as they get the win 83-55.
Really happy for our guys. I thought defensively we were locked in and back to trending towards who we need to be and who we have been.
Partly just the coaching staff. Kirk Penny gave me a good talk, and he was a great shooter back in the day, and he just gave me a couple tips and just told me if I'm open, let it fly. And I've been kind of running off that recently. But yeah, it's good to come out here and get some energy going for the team.
Tonje led the way with 29 points, 5 for 11 from 3 as he's been red hot over the last 2 games. Wisconsin improves to 16-4 on the year, and now they'll get ready to hit the road again when they travel to Maryland for a 6 p.m. game on Wednesday. Championship Sunday in the NFL, the Buffalo Bills taking on the Kansas City Chiefs, and this one was great. Jump to the 4th quarter, Chiefs down 1, but Patrick Mahomes takes it in on the QB keeper. 2-point conversion good, Chiefs up 7, but the Bills would answer on 4th and goal. Josh Allen finds Curtis Samuel wide open. We're tied at 29. Kansas City would kick a field goal. Buffalo needs an answer, but on 4th down, Josh Allen sends up a prayer, and the pass falls incomplete. Kansas City hangs on 32-29 in a thriller. On the NFC side, we had the Eagles and the Commanders facing off. Washington would get a field goal on their first drive of the game, but Philly would answer their very first play on offense, and Saquon Barkley doing Saquon things. Just embarrassing the defense as he would go all the way in for the touchdown. Eagles take a 7-3 lead. Later in the half, now an 8-point game, but after a Commanders turnover, the Eagles take advantage. Jalen Hurts goes to A.J. Brown for the score. This one was all Philly. Eagles dominate 55-23 the final. So there we have it. The Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 59. Kansas City going for that three-peat while the Eagles look to get some revenge from a few years ago. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
It's out with the old and in with the new. You know what they say, new year, new you. King Furniture is celebrating the new year with special trade-in offers. Plus, get free delivery and 12 months, no interest payments. The King Furniture New Year sale going on now.
You're young, but your bathroom is old. I get it. I visit my kids, grandkids, my precious great-grandkids. Doesn't fit their lifestyle. Not safe. Old and ugly. You'll be amazed at the transformation you can make in just a few days. New tub and shower with all new fixtures, new toilet, new sink and vanity, new flooring, at an investment much less than you might think. Call the Board Store Home Improvements today for a prompt free estimate on your new bathroom.
family of SUVs, proud sponsor of winter. Now, get up to $4,000 in total cash on a 2024 Ford Escape. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Craving authentic Mexican flavors? Look no further than Señor Villa. At Señor Villa, we bring the taste of Mexico to your table every day. Join us for our unbeatable $5 lunch specials packed with flavor and value. And don't miss our nightly specials where the fiesta never ends. Señor Villa, where great food meets great value. Visit us today. Señor Villa, the taste of Mexico you've been craving.
Join today's shoppers as they explore Sweet Valley Artisans.
There's so many good things here. How do you pick just one? You don't.
I've been looking for something to hang in my garage. What about this? Or this?
Vintage clothing and accessories? Let's check it out. Have you found anything yet? Yeah?
I'm getting hungry just looking at this. I know what you mean.
Stop in and find your treasure today.
It's out with the old and in with the new. You know what they say, new year, new you. King Furniture is celebrating the new year with special trade-in offers. Plus, get free delivery and 12 months, no interest payments. The King Furniture New Year sale going on now.
Miss a story or need to watch it again? Find them all on the News 8 Now app. Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
In your morning medical news, Americans are rethinking that daily drink. A new CNN poll finds half of adults now view moderate drinking as unhealthy. That's up from just 25% in the early 2000s. The shift comes as health officials prepare to review alcohol guidelines. Current limits are 2 drinks for men, 1 for women per day. And NIH scientists now say a Trump White House communications pause is now affecting medical research. Sources inside the agency report they can't order basic supplies for clinical trials. That includes test tubes needed at the NIH hospital. The agency says essential requests will be reviewed daily. It's unclear if the administration intended the pause to impact research supplies. A program at the University of Nebraska-Omaha is testing out innovative ways to help kids in need of prosthetics. Maria Cade reports on how their work is helping people in Omaha and around the world in a cost-effective way.
9-year-old Rue Gillespie uses a prosthetic on her left arm. As she's getting older, she needs a new one.
They're trying to make it fit.
That's where UNO's biomechanics department comes in. Rue first met the students and professors when she was 4 years old.
Research lab basically specializes in the development of artificial limbs for children. And we do that using additive manufacturing.
That's better known as 3D printing. Zunia says the prosthetics are cost-effective and easy to make in-house.
Typically, believe it or not, they range between $8,000 to $12,000 out of pocket. The ones we make here, is much lower. It's about $50.
About 60 families across Nebraska come to the school for the prosthetics. They also work with kids in other states and countries.
So they can fix, change things on the design. A lot of the materials we use are antimicrobial, recyclable polymers.
Data from the Amputee Coalition shows approximately 5.6 million people are living with limb loss or limb difference in the U.S. About 25,000 are kids.
Most of the children who have access to prosthetics when they're born without a part of their arm choose not to use them.
The team is also working on a project to better understand how they are assessing the patients who come in to get a prosthetic through nonverbal cues and actions.
When you meet them, sometimes they're going to be really able to communicate their needs, and sometimes they're going to be very shy. One of the things we're looking at is when we're not asking children to use the prosthetic specifically, are they still using it?
Fraser says she hopes the research will allow the team to improve the way kids, like Rue, are able to use their prosthetics.
Some of them help me ride my bike and some help me golf.
The research team is actively recruiting participants for the nonverbal cue study. And here closer to home, La Crosse's newest fitness center opening its doors to all abilities. The Star Center features specialized equipment and adaptive classes for people facing physical challenges. It is the area's first facility designed to make fitness accessible to all.
This is a health project. This is allowing people who have disabilities to invest in themselves and be physically active so that they don't have secondary health issues.
The new facility will officially open next month. We have membership details on our website. The acclaimed Artaria String Quartet performed at Viterbo University. The group has performed there for 32 years. Yesterday, they performed 6 Mozart quartets, including some of his most famous works, such as the Hunt Quartet and the Dissonance.
Today's program is Mozart String Quartets. Everybody loves Mozart String Quartets, and he wrote this particular set of 6 quartets as a gift to his mentor, Joseph Haydn. So we're really excited to be able to present these beautiful pieces to La Crosse.
The Artaria Quartet was formed at Boston University in 1986. The Year of the Wood Snake arrives Wednesday. The La Crosse Area Chinese Association got the celebration started earlier this weekend with traditional dances, including the dragon dance. The wood snake symbolizes wisdom, creativity, and charm. Pepperoni, sausage, extra cheese. You can get your pizza any way you like it these days, but over in England, a pizza place has declared war on one topping, branding pineapple a flavor faux pas that nobody should indulge in. That's what they say. Those who can't live without it must pay the price, as CBS's Tina Kraus explains.
Customers savor their slices at Lupa Pizza in the English city of Norwich. Chefs are happy to craft a custom pie to satisfy any craving, except one.
We very much, I would say vehemently, dislike pineapple on pizza.
Owners have tried it and say they can't stomach it.
We feel like it doesn't suit pizza at all, and we're not really sure why it's a thing.
So they've slapped a staggering $120 price tag on their Hawaiian special in a cheeky attempt to put people off it.
Pineapple on pizza is wrong. That should not be done. And yeah, no, 100%, I wouldn't pay for that.
I mean, it's not awful. It would probably be like my second favourite under pepperoni.
Why would you put fruit on a savoury thing? It's just, it's not right.
The sizzling debate has exploded on social media, with passionate pizza connoisseurs tossing in their 2 cents. And at last check, the pineapple poll was split 50-50.
This was just a joke to begin with.
But owners are serious about the price, promoting the Hawaiian pie on their app, writing, "For 100 pounds, you can have it. Order the champagne too. Go on, you monster."
Well, we have a security jar, which is locked away, far, far away, of tinned pineapple if someone does order the 100-pound pizza.
But so far, no one's been willing to put their money where their mouth is.
I love pineapple on pizza. Art, I'm going to get your opinion in a second. To celebrate the controversy, the restaurant has started offering pina colada cocktails as part of their menu, so pineapple lovers can enjoy it in a glass, not on their pizza. Well, I'll take one of both. Art, what about you? You like pineapple on your pizza?
I've had it before. I don't dislike it, but I don't think we have as big a chunks of pineapple on our pizza as much as they do out there right now. Hey, windy conditions expected today. We're getting up to 45-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Light snow possibilities working into the forecast from north to south into the area here, and that will bring in a very light dusting possibly here locally, but up to the north along I-94 you could see maybe a little extra snow in the process. Tuesday we're going to do it all again, but it'll be breezy instead of windy, and of course you see these winds holding on with high pressure and low pressure in close proximity, hence the breezy and gusty winds as we carry over into how this all feels like right out about now. No change really. 8 degrees it feels like over in Eau Claire. La Crosse still feels like it's 7 degrees out there, but right now we're technically in 20 degrees for our local temperatures, as you can see right here. Now, as you can see right there, 20 for La Crosse, Eau Claire at 20 degrees, so it's a little colder on your skin for setting up the kids going to school this early morning. Once we get in the afternoon, though, big difference, of course. We'll see the breezy and gusty winds coming in as well, kicking through to the morning and into the afternoon as well, possibly close to 45 miles per hour in some cases. The farther east you go, the stronger the winds are going to be, so bear that in mind if you're going out there somewhere by Lake Michigan. You're also holding on again, 7 degrees for the day, holding on to the wind chill, and that continues to kick in as we go right through the remainder of the 8 o'clock hour in the morning hours. It ticks off once we get into the noon hour as well, and that's what your local forecast seems to look like right about now. We can carry over to how this all looks as far as gusts are concerned. There's wind, so that's not really an issue. Back to you, Alexandra.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, we have Reagan is turning 8 years old today. She loves making art, being around cats, and listening to Taylor Swift.
And Nick is also turning 8. He loves building Legos, drawing and playing with his big brother and his dogs.
How about Maylee? She's turning 8 years old today. She loves taking care of family pets and spending time with her baby cousin.
And Brennan's turning 8. He loves to work in the garden, play baseball, and go fishing.
How about Eliza is here, turning about 18 years old today. She loves Taylor Swift as well, camping, art, and her friends and family. And of course, she wants to be a teacher someday.
And Bob's turning 88. He enjoys sharing coffee, playing cards with friends, and occasional visits to the casino.
All right, if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80 or 88 years old soon, we love to feature them.
You nailed it. That's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button. And coming up in the thick of respiratory virus season, every parent is asking cold, flu, or something worse. We're joined by Dr. Fletcher from Winona Health to help them spot the difference coming up.
We've done many, many renovations. We bought an old house and have made it into an up-to-date house. Whenever anything involves plumbing, the first call I make is to Maxwell White. Their technicians put together a great final product.
Brad Schimmel, prosecutor, attorney general, rule of law judge. Schimmel put pedophiles behind bars, took on criminal illegals and cartels, protected kids and seniors from abuse.
Law school taught me the rights of the accused, but justice for the abused is denied all too often. I'm Brad Schimmel. On the state Supreme Court, I'll apply the law equally because everyone has the right to feel safe.
Schimmel for justice.
Shop Wisconsin's best deals at Black River Furniture Outlet. Find unbeatable prices on sectionals, big or small, to fit every home. Great savings on Ashley sofas and love seats. Style and comfort at a price you'll love. Check out our wide selection of reclining and power furniture, plus custom options from Best Home Furnishings. Experience top-tier comfort with Catnapper Furniture, where relaxation is key. Black River Furniture Outlet, your upholstery headquarters. Family values, veteran-owned, and no corporate hassle. Open 7 days a week in Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
There's obviously a lot of different health issues related to untreated hearing loss. Hearing loss can affect tinnitus, depression, isolation, heart health, cognitive decline, hypertension, diabetes, osteoporosis, safety and balance. The point is, you're never too old to do something.
Better Hearing Center, 11th and Main, Onalaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
Dahl Honda is proud to sponsor News 8 Now's Top Notch Teacher Program. It's always a highlight of our month to recognize the top-notch teacher and thank them for all they do for our students in school. Dahl Honda values the great work all teachers do for our children and community. If you know a teacher who deserves top-notch teacher recognition, please nominate them. Thank you, teachers, for going above and beyond and providing a top-notch education.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us. Hi, what can I make fresh for you today? It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients, like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us. It's our pleasure. Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious!
Here at Maxwell White, we know how valuable your time is. From issues with your hot water to slower clogged drains, our team is always on time with friendly service and solutions you can trust. Don't wait. Contact Maxwell White. Plumbing done right.
All right, well, welcome back here. Mild conditions today, milder conditions tomorrow. Breezy winds as we go into tomorrow as well, but we'll see some windy conditions today, holding on to at least 45-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Light snow in the forecast a couple of days in a row here as we go through today and tomorrow, and let's get a chance to cover that right now. We'll get into it. As you can see, the windy conditions I mentioned, the light snow this afternoon, Tuesday coming in the morning as well, then into the afternoon. It will also be breezy and gusty, as I mentioned. These winds today will carry right through the morning hours as I've shown you already, and then carry that right into the evening commute and beyond, with the wind still holding up. But by the time we get in the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour, they start to taper down, and then they're done as we finish out going into the 10 o'clock hour. Highs for the day, well, we get into 31 to about, say, 42 degrees for us. That's under partly cloudy skies, so not too bad. We will see increasing clouds as we go through the remainder of the afternoon to finish out going into the early evening as well. First of all, we start off with this. So we have the snow coming in just around the noon hour. You can see up to the north, along and north of I-94, and then it tries to get down to the south, but it kind of breaks apart. You can see stops over there by areas by Marshfield and Eau Claire. Then eventually you're going to see the rest of it start to tail down to the south, and of course some of that light snow could get down to Boscobel as well as Prairie du Chien. We'll also see as we go through the afternoon, we could possibly see a dusting of snow here for La Crosse. We'll carry over into the 6 o'clock hour for tomorrow. Right through the evening commute, you can see more snow coming from Ladysmith and then off to Wausau, and then that tracks more to the east and out of the area. We have another round coming back again, as you can see, at 6 in the morning for Tuesday, and then finishing out going into the 8 o'clock hour, possibly ending out, getting out of the area by the time we're at 10 o'clock in the morning. And that's pretty much how that all plays out until about 7 o'clock in the evening, where you're seeing a light flurry get to Eau Claire, possibly trying to get down to La Crosse as well, Black River Falls and Sparta to finish out the evening commute. All right, that being said, we get into today's forecast as we go through today and tomorrow. You're seeing most of the snow is going to be maintaining up to the north. Maybe a dusting down by La Crosse, maybe dusting or less, getting by Prairie du Chien. As we get into it, though, we're going to be seeing more along the lines of not much on the snow report. They're kind of popping onto the graphics here. You don't see anybody reporting the snow. That's how light it is. It's about a 30% chance up to the north as we get into tomorrow as well, and then down to the south about a 20% chance. You'll be seeing more of this continue to go through the day as we finish out back into the north zone and then get to your forecast to show you how this all plays out. You see the increasing clouds through the day, breezy and windy gusty conditions. Well, we'll see at least temperatures in the 30s and the 40s to finish out for tomorrow. We'll get into increasing temperatures by Thursday, about 37 degrees to 51 degrees as we go into the end of the midweek, and then go into, again, a nice little mini roller coaster ride with 41 degrees coming in for Friday, snow returning Saturday, going into Sunday as well. Be safe out there and have a wonderful day.
Is your child's cough keeping you up at night? Well, you're not alone. Dr. Adam Fletcher from Winona Health joins us this morning for Mindful Monday to help parents navigate this challenging respiratory season. Good morning, Dr. Fletcher. Nice to see you.
Hi, good morning.
So parents kind of dread this season, right? What are the kids going to bring home now? So just tell us, what are you seeing in your office at Winona Health?
Yeah, right now we're seeing quite a few respiratory illnesses. So influenza, which is the flu, RSV, or respiratory syncytial virus, as well as COVID is still making its rounds too.
Okay, so the big three kind of.
Which one of the three is the most, well, COVID would be the most severe out of all of that?
It can be, yep. We're seeing way more flu right now.
Okay. All right, and so what can parents do? You know, your kid comes home, they're coughing, you're not sure what it is. What's the first kind of step we should be doing?
Yeah, so I would say rest and hydration are most important for them. You can use some symptom relieving medications like acetaminophen as well. If they're having any concerning symptoms coming in to be evaluated would be wise. So if they're having trouble breathing or are having trouble staying hydrated, those would be reasons to come in.
Okay, so kind of call the doctor if you're seeing that. What's the difference between those three? You know, those three respiratory viruses we hear a lot about. How do we know kind of which one is which?
Yeah, so testing is the best way to differentiate the three, and we've got tests for all three to identify which they are.
Okay.
Some typical things like a lot of fatigue or body aches are characteristic of the flu, and more kind of respiratory sneezing with COVID, and then shortness of breath and some trouble like that for RSV we'll see as well.
Well, I can hear my dad right now. Oh, he's probably got the flu, so let him sit it out. Is that something that some parents should do, or just kind of continue to just like go to the hospital?
Yeah, so it's reasonable if symptoms are mild to stay home, and that would be our recommendation, is to stay home, try to not interact with other people if you don't need to for at least 24 hours while symptoms are still persistent or fevers are present. And then after that, about 5 days of being extra cautious when you are out and about with masking, good hand hygiene, air purification, those maneuvers, just to try to prevent the spread.
Right, yeah, that washing your hands is so important, right? Something so simple that can really make such a difference.
And the one thing kids might love, what about keeping them from going to school?
Yeah, sure. So we'd say if they have a fever or if they are using any fever-reducing medications to prevent a fever, it'd be wise to stay home.
Okay. And what about prevention? What can we do? We know it's hard, especially, in the classroom surrounded by so many kids, but anything that parents and kids can do for prevention?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, hand hygiene can't be stressed enough. And then fortunately, we have vaccines for all 3 these days. So chat with your doctor to see if you're eligible for those.
Okay, great. And then we're talking a lot about kids this morning, but it doesn't only affect kids, these respiratory viruses. So what population, what segment of the adult population should be worried, and what should they know?
Yeah, sure. So individuals over the age of 75 or over the age of 60 with some immunosuppressing illnesses or diabetes, those sorts of things should take extra precaution as well.
Okay. And
Lovely.
Art's feeling worried. Yeah, make sure you're washing your hands. Anything else that people should know about these conditions going around?
Unfortunately, this is the season for them, so just being cautious and stay home, rest, hydrate. These are the most important.
How long do these symptoms usually last?
Yeah, typically we're looking at 5 to 7 days before they're improving.
Okay, and then if they're not, reach out to your doctor also, would you say?
Yeah, or if any other concerns come up, we'd be happy to see you.
Okay, all right, yeah, it's a busy season for you for sure, Dr. Fletcher. Well, thank you for being here this morning.
Yes, thank you.
No problem, stay with us. We're back right after this.
Coming up on CBS Mornings, it's a Monday, and that means Beg Knows America. David dips into his Dear David mailbag and shares not 1, not 2, but 3 special stories sure to put a smile on your face. Also, tax season, the opposite of smiles. It has begun, and Jill Schlesinger's got tips on the best way to get your refund extra fast. Plus, how can you save time and money when you file? We all have to do it. Also, Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs are 1 game away from football history. Kenna Martin from CBS Sports will join us to break down the Chiefs-Eagles matchup in Super Bowl 59. All that and more at 7.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Craving authentic Mexican flavors? Look no further than Señor Villa. At Señor Villa, we bring the taste of Mexico to your table every day. Join us for our unbeatable $5 lunch specials packed with flavor and value. And don't miss our nightly specials where the fiesta never ends. Señor Villa, where great food meets great value. Visit us today. Señor Villa, the taste of Mexico you've been craving.
You're thinking about new windows and doors. I've been thinking about new windows and doors for over 40 years. You're thinking about the best window at the best price. I'm thinking about the best window at the best price for you. The best quality, installed by professional installers at a fair price. If you're planning new windows and doors, you owe it to yourself to contact the Board Store Home Improvements for a prompt free estimate. You'll be glad you did. Contact us today.
Jason's been with us long enough now to see changes in Michael's abilities. He can analyze them and tailor his recommendations because he has almost as much knowledge of Michael's health as Michael's doctors do. I think that's huge. That is the single biggest factor for me. And that kind of client relationship is invaluable, especially when you're facing the challenges that we are.
Hi, I'm Jason with Access Elevators. Stop in and see us today.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
With winter here, our job hasn't changed.
Winter weather advisory is still holding on.
The First Warn Weather Team is always ready to keep you safe and ahead of winter's worst.
Temperatures tumble down quickly.
So right now we do have that alert day for tonight and tomorrow for the snow.
See this band of snow passing through the area.
We're talking 25 to 30 below.
Breezy and gusty winds will ensue for tomorrow as well.
And you can always get us no matter where you are.
Keeping you safe. First Warn Weather on News 8 Now.
Welcome back. It's 6:53. Time for your morning news now. Eau Claire police are investigating a deadly shooting on Western Avenue. Officers responded to a 911 call early Saturday morning. The victim died at the scene despite life-saving efforts. Police have one person in custody and say there's no ongoing threat to the public. A St. Paul man will serve 16 years in prison for hiding 4 bodies in a Dunn County cornfield. Darren Osborne received 4 years for each victim in the 2021 case. Prosecutors say his son committed the St. Paul murders, then asked Osborne to help conceal the bodies. The son is now serving a 103-year sentence. Osborne's time will run alongside an existing Minnesota sentence. The U.S. and Colombia have resolved their dispute over deportation flights. Colombia will now accept undocumented immigrants without restrictions. The agreement averts U.S. threats of tariffs and visa restrictions on Colombian officials. This week on Capitol Hill, senators will grill some of Trump's nominees for key positions, including Secretary of Health and Human Services nominee Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Trump's pick for FBI director, and his choice for National Intelligence Director. A local representative is looking into how the federal government can better support services for families and children. Congressman Derek Van Orden toured the Family and Children's Center in La Crosse, speaking with staff to understand how Congress can better help.
The things that they're doing here are incredibly impactful. We have a mental health crisis with children, and with our adults, we have substance abuse issues, and they're taking care of this at the grassroots level. This is the model that's going to change the trajectory of our country and get us back on track.
Van Orden also said he's working to get the federal farm bill passed. La Crosse's newest fitness center opens its doors to all abilities. The Star Center features specialized equipment and adaptive classes for those facing physical challenges.
This is a health project. This is allowing people who have disabilities to invest in themselves and be physically active so that they don't have secondary health issues.
The new facility will open in February. The Year of the Wooden Snake arrives Wednesday. The La Crosse Area Chinese Association got the celebration started early this weekend with some traditional dances. The wood snake symbolizes wisdom, creativity, and charm.
All right, how about a 20% chance of snow today, working from north to south across the area, mainly just along I-94, kind of lingering up there. We could see a dusting here locally. We have about 40 degrees for our high today, getting to 43 for tomorrow. Breezy conditions will ensue after that, holding on to more snow coming in from the morning hours and into the afternoon. Drier conditions for Wednesday and Thursday, going into Friday. Snow returns Saturday, going into Sunday. Be safe out there.
A fight between 2 stag beetles. Oh, those are beetles. I thought they were deer. That's why they're called stag beetles, right? Captured the top prize in this year's close-up photographer contest. The winning shot is called Clash of the Titans. It was taken deep in the Russian forest. It's one of 11 winning images chosen from more than 11,000 entries worldwide. The competition showcases nature's hidden wonders from landscape to underwater life. Sometimes you have to get very close to see something truly extraordinary. Yes, those are very cool.
Are gorgeous.
What's that, like a jellyfish or something? Ooh, is that a face? What do you think that is? A spider or crab?
I don't know what that was. Another thing might have been a sea anemone.
Ooh, maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
Very interesting. Yes, well, thank you for starting your week with us on News 8 Now this morning. We'll see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your Monday.